All right, and hello everyone out there in Oklahomaville. This is Harry James Taylor, and it's finally that time for the Oklahoma Spring Game Preview here on the Boomer Sooner 1982 Network. I'll bring you the information on the game, the channel, calling the game, some things you might not have really thought about. The spring game information if you're going to the game, some of the coaching changes that were made, some injury updates, and we'll break down the regular season and also players to watch for. All this and more coming up in the next couple of minutes, only right here. Boomer Sooner, everybody. All right. Some of the things that you might need to know is that the game time, official game time, for tomorrow, 2 o'clock on Owen Field. You, out there in the world, you have a couple of options here. You can watch it right here in our great state of Oklahoma on Fox Sports Oklahoma if you get that regional television. I believe it's also going to be on one of the other Fox Sports affiliates, Fox Sports channels. Or you can watch it on Soonersports.tv, a completely new site engaged to watching Sooner Athletics. They cover most of, if not all of the softball games, the baseball games, all of them. You can watch them as they happen. On the call for tomorrow, TV broadcast, will be a guy that's called a couple of games here in Oklahoma on the other side of Bedlam. Former Channel 9, Channel 6 CBS correspondent, I believe Channel 9, here in Oklahoma City, and now Soonersports.tv analyst Chad McKee will be joined by Joel Klatt and former Oklahoma coach and now Norman North offensive coordinator Chuck Long will be doing the TV side. On the radio side, my boy Toby Rowland from TRO in the Morning Show will be joined by his good buddy Merv Johnson on the radio analyst sides. On the sideline parts of this one, you'll have Chris Plank and The Rush, as they're known here in Oklahoma City and Norman, Dusty Voracek, and Teddy Lehman, two former great Sooners. If you want to tweet at the broadcast team, radio broadcast team this year, you can do that. You can go to broadcast them at Sooner OU on the air, at OU on the air, and that'll get you there. Or you can email the bench, email the guys also at asksooners@gmail.com. Some things that you might not have really thought about. This is the first quarterback battle since 2007. And every year since that time that they've had to bring in a new quarterback, Bob Stoops has waited until that opportunity to name a quarterback. He's done that ever since he started here in Oklahoma. I guess the only exception would have been 99 when it was Josh Heupel. And they knew Josh Heupel, who's now the offensive coordinator here in Oklahoma, knew how to run Leach's offense. All except for that, you didn't really know who the starting quarterback was going to be up until the fall. It was very close after he left. It was very close Paul Thompson's year. It was very close Sam's freshman year. And it will be very close this time. I like Blake Bell because he's got playing experience at quarterback at the University of Oklahoma. Spring game information. There will be a OU spring blowout sale at McCaslin Fieldhouse at 8 o'clock is when they're going to open the doors to McCaslin at 8 o'clock. If you want some of the cool stuff like the helmets and stuff, I would encourage you guys to get there a little early for that part of the things. Also going on, they're going to have this thing just north of Owen Field at the track and field station. They did this last year, and it was a huge success. So they're going to try it again this year. It's the OU Sooner Big Barbecue. Only 1,000 tickets will be sold, though. First come, first served. And you can only buy them at the barbecue station. So that's the only place where you can get it. More spring information. The Sooner Game Day will air from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. You'll have, it's like ESPN Game Day, except it's OU sided. The host of the show, the Chris Fowler of the show, is Jessica Cootie. She's been on News 9. She's been working with the OU broadcast team for a couple of, this will be her second straight year on Fox Sports Oklahoma and Sooner Sports TV. So she's been around. This is her first real big-time football hosting job, though. Good luck to her. You also have, just like you do on game day, you have 3 coach, player analysts. They are for the University of Oklahoma, at least for the spring game. J.D. Runnels, the former fullback from 2002 to 2006. What a great job he did at Oklahoma before Millard got there. Also joining him will be Tony Casillas. Casillas, of course, is a former Oklahoma Sooner. Played on Switzer's teams in the 80s. When they helped him to that 85 national championship. And Chuck Long, who's formerly on this staff at Oklahoma. There will also be a post-game show from the University of Oklahoma, time varying. And if you're like me and you plan on being at the field, they will also have a 45 minutes. Now, this will only be for 45 minutes, but it will be a 45-minute post-game meet and greet with the football team. Autographs, pictures, whatever you want, whatever you can get. 45 minutes, though, that's all you get, guys. You don't get a lot. And if you're a diehard like me, you might want to take advantage of this because they are not, from what I understand, again this year, for the Meet the Sooners Day, it will only be for the elementary school kids, and adults will not be able to participate. So if you're an adult like me, 20 or older, and you want a chance to get to meet and greet the team and have them sign your hats, like this one was signed by Barry Switzer at the signing of his new movie or whatever. If you want an opportunity to get him signed by this year's Sooners, you better get it done tomorrow or as many as you can in the 45-minute range. There are a couple of coaching changes on this staff. James Patton is a former offensive coordinator. He's now the new offensive coordinator, line coach, I should say, at Indiana with his old buddy there at Indiana. Also released from the staff, from the program, are 2 other Sooner coaches, Jackie Shipp and Bruce Kittle. They are, as I said, they are no longer with the team. Replacing Patton on the offensive line will play Bill Bodenbowl. Bill Bodenbowl does know this offense. He was an offensive line coach there with Texas Tech and Mike Leach. And he was also there at the West Virginia game. What a classic game that was last year for the Oklahoma Sooners. Replacing Jackie Shipp on the defensive line, that will be Jerry Montgomery, a defensive lineman, formerly at Michigan, where he kind of ran there a little bit of that 3-4. Now, from everything that I'm understanding, Oklahoma will not run a true 3-4 quite yet. They're got to learn the schemes that Jerry Montgomery wants them to go at first. But from what you might understand, Jerry Montgomery coming in as a new defensive line coach, formerly at Michigan, where they run a 3-4, that might be something that will maybe help the Sooners in the future. And also, they have to sign a new guy to replace the tight ends coach, Bruce Kittle. They do have that also. Jay Boulware, a tight end special teamer. He's coached. He was on that Auburn National Championship team. He was also with the Iowa State team with Chiswick. Utah. They've done some things in the past. Stanford has won a couple of Pac-12 championships. And he was at Mike Stoops' with Mikey at Arizona. And he played football at the University of Texas. And he is from here in Oklahoma. That is Jay Boulware. He will cover the tight ends and the special teams players at the University of Oklahoma. Players to watch for that haven't gotten to play much. Quarterback. Like I said, I think that he's the guy. He's got a couple of years of experience. This is his third year in, but he has not been able to run the full scale of the offense. This is his time. He was a backup quarterback the last 2 years. Didn't want to waste him. Basically, he was such a talent that the Sooners didn't want to waste him, so they did let him play. Blake Bell is my player to watch for. And defensively, DJ Ward, linebacker defensive end out of Walton MacArthur, and later out of Southmore High School in Oklahoma City, Moore, Oklahoma. So watch out for that. The Oklahoma senior class, Brennan Clay, Roy Finch, those guys will not participate because they're seniors and they don't want to get anybody hurt. Speaking of getting seniors and elder statesmen hurt, Gabe Eichard, the tight end, offensive lineman, Bishop McGuinness High School. He has been pulled with a broken hand that broke out a couple of weeks ago. He'll probably be out till fall camp. But he should be healthy. At least it wasn't a knee or an ACL or anything that would have really stung. It's only a hand. That hurts if you're a center, which he is, but he should be able to participate, and he should be back within the next couple of months, weeks or months, and be ready for football against Louisiana Monroe, the Warhawks. Speaking of the Warhawks, that's who Oklahoma opens against. This is because their Oklahoma OU Sooner regular season package, regular season schedule season has been released. As I said, August 31st, opening day, Owen Field, nothing like it. You smell the new grass on Owen Field. Louisiana Monroe will be the other team. The Warhawks out of the Sun Belt Conference. The game will be played Norman, Oklahoma. A week later, on September 7th, the West Virginia Mountaineers return to Big 12 country to the University of Oklahoma. They are from the Big 12, and the game will be played in Norman. Last time they were here, they pulled a major upset of the Sooners. Just ask Barry Switzer. September 14th, the rivalry with Tulsa Golden Hurricanes gets reissued. They're from Conference USA, and the game will be played in Norman, Oklahoma. On the 28th of September, Oklahoma makes their first roadie, and that will be at Notre Dame, the Independent League team out of the Independent League, South Bend, Indiana, the runner-up to the national championship last year when they came in here and beat us. The next game is the one I want to look out for. It's a trap game, October 5th, Texas Christian University. The TCU Horned Frogs out of the Big 12 will be in Norman, Oklahoma for that one. Then, after that, October 12th, Texas Longhorns, Big 12 Conference, the State Fair of Texas. Boomer Sooner, everybody! I'm actually planning on going this year. Yes, sirree, Bob. I'll be there this year in the South End Zone with my OU, with my Crimson and Cream fans, screaming for Blake Bell and the Sooners. After that, it's an official road trip to at Kansas Jayhawks from the Big 12 from Lawrence, Kansas. That's where that game's going to be played. Before coming home on October 26th for a Texas Tech Red Raider game. Big 12 in Norman, Oklahoma. Now, this one you might want to circle around a bit, okay, Sooner fans? Thursday. Yes, I said Thursday. Thursday, November 7th, at the Baylor Bears from the Big 12 Conference out of Waco, Texas. It was announced that this will be a little bit of an earlier kickoff. So you're saying about 7 o'clock or so. We're thinking maybe ESPN might have this game. They might be looking for this game to be a little bit more interesting. And I will say, when the Sooners played in the Sweet 16, Baylor and Louisville played in the next game. And I met a couple of Baylor fans, and they said that that new football stadium was going to be top-notch. It was going to be very cool to see. Sooner fans will see it in 2 years because it will be done by the end of this year for the start of the 2014 season, meaning that we won't go there till 2015. The next game will be senior night, the 14th of November. That's when Iowa State Cyclones will play, and they're going to play in that one from the Big 12 in Norman, Oklahoma. Everybody, Norman, Oklahoma. The next two are Roadies. November 21st, they'll be at Kansas State Wildcats. Big 12, Manhattan, Kansas. The two defending